So that's the best I can do. I got my big light on me. All right. Going to invite you to just scoot forward on your seat a little bit so the spine is nice and long. We follow our breath. And if you're not muted, I invite you to mute, please. And just feel yourself as you drop into the pelvis, into the sits bones, just dropping in, connecting with the sensation of the feet on the floor, on the mat. The heart's lifted, shoulders rolled back and down. We're going to turn our chin toward our right shoulder and we're going to release it toward the shoulder cap. With the left shoulder, we're going to draw that arm back and down. So the shoulder blade comes a little closer to the opposite shoulder blade. The left shoulder blade's the one that's in play. And we just notice the sensation in the neck. As we breathe here, and then slowly turn the chin up, keep the head near the shoulder, and now it's the ear. Keep the opposite arm activated, draw it back and down just a little bit. So the shoulder goes back and the shoulder blade slides down toward the waist. And then we come back to center, slowly and gently. Now let's take it to the other side. Take that chin toward the shoulder. Release the arm, the opposite arm, so it's the right arm releases. Shoulder drops down, moves back, shoulder blade slides toward the waist. And then gently turn the chin up, the ear comes toward the shoulder now. And then everything relaxes and we come to neutral. Let's take that left hand to the outside of the right thigh. The heart lifts and we do a gentle twist. Not too big, no destination. And then we come back to center, switch sides. Now the hands come to the outside of the left thigh. Heart is lifted and we look over the shoulder. We come back to center and we're going to bring ourselves to standing. Do a little bit of a bent knee here. And we're going to come forward into a forward fold. So the hands can rest behind the knees. Keep the knees bent here. And the hands come to rest somewhere down the leg or on the floor. Let the head relax. Maybe the belly is resting on the thighs. Then gently straighten the legs, pausing if you feel any pull right behind the knees. We're looking to find a stretch in the belly of the hamstrings. We're not stretching the attachments or the ligaments, we're stretching the hamstrings. Bend the knees again. Excuse me. And then we're going to rise up by sitting back in a chair, Utkatasana, sit back like we're sitting in a chair. Then bring the arms shoulder height, press into the floor, press, press, press to rise up. And the arms can stop at shoulder height or come all the way above the head if that feels good. Come to mountain and notice how the hands are resting. Are they free? Are the shoulders free? Are the hands resting on the thighs? Is one hand closer to the center or further away? Just notice a natural state to begin with of how your hands connect below the shoulders. And now let's do a little opening of the shoulder blades. So we're going to draw ourselves forward and we're expanding between the shoulder blades. Breathing in. And on the next in breath, draw the shoulder blades together. The heart lifts, the head lifts just a little bit. And then on the out breath, we're back to neutral. The next in breath brings us forward. So we're expanding between the shoulder blades. I'm going to invite you to walk your feet out a little bit wider, maybe, so that there's a nice stance. This is the out breath. This is the in breath. Draw those shoulder blades together. And one more time. And of course, soft knees are helpful here. Feel that tight bit between the shoulders, the tight bit in the upper back. We're remedying that today. And then we come back to a neutral stance. Notice how the hands rest now. I notice I have a little more swing in my arms after that practice. We're going to focus on our shoulder caps now. We're going to bring the shoulder caps forward, and then we're going to rotate them back. Forward. Keep the breath moving. Find your breath moving back and forth. And one more time to the back. And we're going to pause. We're going to take our hands to the outside of the right leg, bend the knees. And we're going to slide our hands down the outside of the leg. Just go as far as feels good. Then come back up. Switch sides. Knees a little bent here. Slide the hands down the outside of the leg. Come back up. Pause here. Come on up. Shake it out. Feet are wide again. So maybe as wide as the mat, wider than the pelvis. We're going to side bend. We're going to take our hand and slide it down the leg toward the knee. Pause at the point at which it feels tight and uncomfortable. Then come back up just a little bit. No discomfort here. Then breathing, maybe move a little more. So the action is we're expanding through the rib cage here. So it's not about reaching this hand down. It's about expanding and extending and working in the rib cage on the opposite side. Come on up. And then slide the hand down, pausing before you get uncomfortable. Better idea. And then imagine elongating the opposite side. So see if we can make that happen. And you might discover the hand moves down an inch more, or maybe not. No destination here. So let's just go back and forth. Do this slowly, sliding the hand down the leg and coming back to center and the opposite side. And pause. We're going to do single arm scapular rotation. So the scapula is your shoulder blade, your wings in the back. So we're going to rotate up and back and up and back. And one more time, up and back. And then bring it forward. Switch sides, up and back. So when we're coming back, we're drawing the scapula toward the center line of the back. And then we come forward and we're bringing the shoulder toward the center line of the front of the body, and we pause here. So we've been playing off and on with the arm lifting, so we're going to do that again. This is really helpful for the shoulders. It's an easy way for the shoulders to not be overworked. Remember, the feet are going to stay a little wide here. Maybe there's a soft bend in the knee. We're floating the arm up and we're pausing when we feel the shoulder cap tighten. If we go past that, we're not engaging everything we could, and it creates stress in the shoulder. So we pause here, and then on the in-breath, the heart lifts. We press into our feet, we're coming up, we're using our whole body to lift the arm. And then we release, and we're going to float this arm back. So the palms may come up in the back, but don't stress here. Don't go further than the body wants to go. We're going to come forward here. And we press in, lift the heart to lift the hand. Nice breath. Float that arm down and let it move back. Any amount, no destination. Just doing what feels good in the body. One more time, press and lift. And release to the back. Come to neutral. Pause for a moment and just notice the difference between one arm and the other. And we're going to switch sides. Soft knees, float the arm up, and then press into the feet, lift the heart, lift the arm. Release and let the arm float back. Breathe in to come forward, pressing to lift, lifting the heart to lift the arm, and back down. And one more time. Did you remember to lift the heart, to lift the arm? Makes such a difference. And then we come back to neutral, we come back to mountain. And we just notice now the hands at the end of the arms. Have they moved at all? Is there any more movement in the shoulders? Just noticing helps so much. We're going to float that left arm up. Excuse me, let's make it the right arm. We're going to float the right arm up. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, thumb. We're going to bring the shoulder forward. Then the elbow turns under. We're doing an internal rotation. Then the wrist turns and the palm is up. We're going to move here, breathe. And of course, if having the arm straight out doesn't feel good, you can always do it a little lower. To unwind this, we start at the shoulder, shoulder back, elbow opens, wrist opens, palm opens, and we release down. Switch sides, palm up, and again, it can be lower if that feels better on your shoulder. We're rotating the shoulder cap forward, the elbow moves back, the wrist and the palm turn, palm side up. Let's do a little pulse here. And we're going to relax out of this, shoulder first. Externally rotate the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, and the palm. Hand comes down, pause and notice. Both hands float up. We're going to do that same sequence with both arms together. So we start at the shoulders. Shoulder internally rotates. The elbow moves back, the elbow crease moves down. The palms turn down, the wrist turns, and eventually the palms are up. Notice that. Notice how your shoulder is working here. And then to come out of this, shoulders rotate back, external rotation. The crease in the arm comes forward. The wrist turns, palm up. If it feels good, we're going to bring both hands together above the head. Stretch. If that doesn't feel good, just bring them right out in front of the body. We're going to stretch and then relax down. Notice the sensation, shoulder to wrist to hand. Now we're going to put this together with our lifting arm practice. So bring those feet wide, a little soft knee action here. We're going to float the arm up, then press to lift. And then this arm is going to scoot back. When it comes to the back, we're going to open the shoulder forward, elbow, wrist, and palm. Now listen carefully. This is a swim action. Now we're in the perfect position to swim. If your shoulder is impinged in any way, just bring the hand to the front this way. Otherwise, join me as we swim, slow action coming forward. We're going to switch sides. Again, the feet are wide, soft knees. We're going to start with our arm lift. Here it comes, soft wrist coming up, pressing into the feet, lifting the heart to lift the hand. And then we float the arm back. Externally rotate the shoulder so the shoulder comes back. The crease of the elbow comes forward. The wrist turns the palm up. We're going to do our version of swimming, whether it's horizontally or vertically. We're doing this slowly, full range of motion. What would it be like to do that with both arms? Feet wide, knees soft, arms float up, soft wrist, breathe in to lift. Floating the arms down and back. Begin at the shoulders move back, the crease in the elbow comes forward, the wrists turn up, the palms. And now we're going to swim forward. You might notice a difference between the right and the left shoulder as you do this. Again, if there's ever any pain, you got to stop immediately. We're going to pause here and shake it out. Coming back to a forward fold. So take your feet a little bit wide. We're going to slide the hands down, bend the knees. We're coming into the forward fold. Let the head relax down. And just notice, is there any more fluidity in this action? Breathe here. And then we're going to rise up through chairs. So we scoot our sits bones back toward the wall like we're sitting in a chair. The arms are dangling. We press the feet to bring us up to standing. Maybe the arms stay here. Maybe the arms sweep up above the head. Your choice, your variation. And we come to stand. Take a little bit of a stroll. And notice, do you have more arm swing than you did when you started? I guess we didn't explore it to begin with, but just notice that there may be a little more arm swing. So when we're walking, we're doing a cross pattern. And so to get the shoulders liberated can also liberate the pelvis. Yay, team. Don't you love that? We're going to do one more thing using the chair. It's going to be another forward fold, like a restorative forward fold. We're going to be using the chair. We're going to walk our feet back, and we're going to bring our forearms and our head to the seat of the chair. Bend the knees if you need to. We're just pausing here for several breaths. We're aiming to be able to feel the center of the hamstrings, not the attachments behind the knee or up at the top. We want to be able to feel into the belly of the hamstring. So you can slowly straighten your legs if you'd like. And then gently bend the knee. You don't have to straighten them all the way. We'll do it a few times. And then to come out of this, sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Let the arms come up shoulder height. We're going to press the floor away to rise. And we come back to mountain. And we're just going to pause here and breathe. And then we come back to seated. Remember to sit just a little bit forward on the chair. And we'll rest here. for several breath cycles. Let your jaw be soft. And your eyes closed or soft focused. Today we'll do a metta practice as you rest in Shavasana. First, we bring the attention to ourselves. May I feel protected and safe. May my heart remain open. May I awaken to the light of my true nature. May I be healed and be a source of healing for the world. Now bring to mind someone you care about deeply. May you feel protected and safe. May your heart remain open. May you awaken to the light of your true nature. May you be healed and be a source of healing for the world. And now we bring our attention to a person or situation that feels stressful. And we metta for them. May you feel protected and safe. May your heart remain open. May you awaken to the light of your true nature. May you be healed and be a source of healing for the world. And then together for all beings everywhere, may we feel protected and safe. May our hearts remain open. May we awaken to the light of our true nature. May we be healed and be a source of healing for the world. We open our arms wide to gather all the blessings that already exist, and we draw them in appreciation and gratitude into our hearts. And together we all say, Namaste.